Good afternoon everyone and welcome to today's webinar. It's Mike that's going to be going through today's session, and we do have Tom on the live chat. So if you've got any questions during the session, Tom will be at hand to answer anything that you've got. It should hopefully be a relatively short session today, just covering price check and order history and the quickest ways and little tips of how you can basically manage that. So starting off, the first way and the most sort of prominent way and the easiest way to actually do all of this is using the price check at the top of Prima. And there are multiple ways that you can, or multiple things that you can do within here to access the information that you're looking for. So if we just go into the price check, you know that the first thing that we can do is pop in a customer, search for the account, and then basically just put in a product code and search, and basically that will return a list of the pricing. Now, as long as you know Prima's pricing rules, you'll be able to see from this list the relevant bit or the relevant price that is pulling through. So in this case, this item's on this customer's contract at £18.30, and that's the price that it'll be pulling through, and it shows you the average sort of, well, the profit, the margin, everything you'll be making. And you can search if sort of multiple products, you know, you can search on specific descriptions, whatever it may be, just by searching within the top right hand corner of this section. Now, if you've got a customer that comes through, they don't particularly know a code, or they want to just see what they've paid for last, you know, the most common questions that you'll be getting as dealers is, oh, well, what did I pay for this last? Or, well, you know, what's my price for this? Or how much will I pay for that? And using this price check, you know, especially if you've got a customer service team, they'll be in and out of this all day, and accessing this and finding the relevant information. So if you want to find sort of price history, you know, your customers ask, well, you know, I know the price of that, but how much did I pay for it last time? We can easily go into the price history, and within here it defaults automatically to from a year, and we can basically just search on whatever it might be. So if they're looking for a specific order, they can look at a specific order. Or if we're looking at a specific product, we can pop in that product code, click search again, click the big search button to the right hand side, and if they've bought that item previously, it will be within this list. Now, if it's not in the list, then they've not bought it previously, so the price that you see is the price that they're going to pay. If we hit search, it'll basically just return a consolidated list of all items that have ever been bought for this customer. And because we're looking at this consolidated view, it will just show us basically that the items sort of one by one, with a total quantity and then an average price. If you want a bit more information about those orders specifically, so the rather than average price the last time that they actually bought the item, or you know, the individual price that they've paid, you can always click this by item option, and then if we click search again, it will list all items, let's see, sort of by the amount that they've bought. So rather than consolidating the information, it'll list it sort of line by line, and contain sort of all information as such, that, you know, the price that they paid, when it was bought. If we scroll over the dispatch note, it was on, the date, all sorts of information, whether it's on contract or not, and all that information is just stored within this price history. But you can look at contract sales, you can look at orders that are specifically for contract items. So if they're looking to say, well, you know, when we last buy this, is it on our contract? What was the last item we bought on our contract? You can easily come into here and find that information, as well as the last order that they had. So the customer goes, well, what was the last order I had? How much did I pay for those folders? I want them again. Easiest way to come in, you can just click this last order only, and it'll show the information for that specific order, rather than going entirely around the houses for you to find it. You can easily do it within this price check and price history area. And then the final bit that you do have within here is the all contract line. So if your customer wants to specifically see you know, all items that are on contract, or if you need to access that information quickly rather than going through, say, you know, contracts, going into that area, whether it's, you know, you need to add it to a quote to send the whatever it might be, you can access the all contract, well, all the contract lines from here, and it will list all the items that are on their contract, the price that they've paid for previously, if they've bought it, and then whether it is on contract and what price. So again, this is all sort of history. So if they haven't bought it, you can see there's some items on here that you haven't purchased. It will just show you a zero price, because again, they haven't bought that item. And that's the sort of price check. You can access this area as well from within the price history, from within the sales order. You've got your history button at the very bottom, and you can access it from there. And that's the most common way of actually finding this information. I mean, any other way, you know, there are many other means, but that's the quickest way for you to access that information quickly. So from the top, that's how you can access it. Now, there's a few other ways to access it, as just said. If I just close out of this, the other way, which is the sort of the second step, or the second bit that we're going to be covering, is actually accessing it from within the company record. So, you may be looking at some company information, or doing whatever you need to do, and if you need to actually check a price, rather than creating a quote and going through or going into the price check and finding that information, if you actually go into a company and you're in the company record, you can easily sort of click a button and pull that information through. So once this company opens, basically, some of you may or may not know that within the sort of these little pop-up boxes, you do have a little bit of a price check button. So it's basically mimicking the buttons we've got up at the top here. So if I click this price check, automatically that company pulls through. So rather than me having to find the company, put in the account code, it pulls that information through. So if you go into a product record card and you're looking to find the history quickly, you can just hit price check, go to price history, and then click search, and it'll pull that information through again. So it will do it for you. It'll do the search for you, and it'll put the company name in. So it's a little bit quicker than having to go to price check. Remember the company you're looking for. If you've already got it open, just click into the company and you can use the price check directly from there. So you can easily access the information from the company record tab. So the final thing that you do have for checking order history and checking prices, etc., is the order lookup. So it's a little bit of a sort of a longer way to do this, but you do get more information than you would from the price check. So you can see sort of when it was dispatched, check specific orders, check specific invoice numbers, look at further detail about that order. So if you go into the sales order lookup, first of all, you can just click search within here. You can put in the company name or whatever you're looking for, and basically return all sort of orders for that account. So this one, there's a lot of outstanding orders, but you can easily sort of see everything in here. And it might be that you're looking for a specific product. The customers come up, we bought some folders last time, so you can put in the description, put in the invoice description, but if they know the specific product code, so when was the last time we bought some punch pockets, just pop in the item code, and basically that'll return all orders that have had that item on. And you can easily order it by the creation date and see, alright, well, last order that they had for this item was on the 28th of August. You click into it and you'll be able to easily see sort of the price that they paid for that specific item. So it's just an easier way, using the search criteria within the sales orders, to find the information you're looking for, rather than having to to go into elsewhere, go into reports to find it, or using the price check. You can do it this way as well. And then from there, it may be that they need some other information, they need a copy invoice, whatever it might be. You can easily just use the links and go through to the other bits. So it's mainly finding the information this way and finding what you're looking for, even if it's just using the price check to find an order number and looking at further information in here, whatever it may be. But you can easily come and say and see the selling price, and you've got your total sale price as well, and it's all in there. And it's just using the search here. So don't forget, you can always click the red bar at the top to expand the search, and then put a little bit more information of what you're looking for. So whether it be you're looking for a specific date, you're not sure of like the product that you're looking for, but you can look at specific dates, when it was ordered, when it was authorized, anything that it might be. It's you can search upon within here and basically customize your search to find the specific information you're looking for. So just a little bit of a recap. If you want to check your customers' prices, the quickest way is the customer price check at the very top. You can specifically look at specific products, look at previous history, and from there you can add it to an order, add it to a quote using the buttons at the bottom, as well as finding that information within an order within the history tab. If you're looking at a company sort of card, the main company record, you can easily find sort of specific company information for the price history by clicking the price check that's just at the top of that pop-up, and it'll pull through that company information. And then finally, a little bit more information. If you're looking for it, you can find all of the company's history within the order lookup, and it's all available within there. Apart from that, that's everything that I had to go through today. It was only going to be a short webinar, but some useful tips for you to sort of make your day a little bit easier, a little bit quicker if you're finding information, especially if you're on a customer service team. Finding the information quickly will benefit your customers. But apart from that, thank you for tuning in. If you've got any questions, myself and Tom will be hanging around for a little while now. Apart from that, we'll see you next week.